Our family loves all types of curry, whether it's Japanese curry, Thai curry, or Indian curry, but our favorite curry of them all is Vietnamese curry. So traditionally with Vietnamese curry, we use carrots and potatoes. However, you can easily swap out the potatoes for sweet potatoes or not use any potatoes at all. I like to put potatoes in ours because the kids love them, but Peter and I don't eat them because we try to always do low carb as much as possible. And plus, the potatoes help thicken the broth, just like tomatoes. That's why I like to add quarter tomatoes in mine. Anytime I cook, I like to put together my mise en place, which is to prep everything in advance. With Vietnamese cooking, you'll notice that we use a lot of shallots, which is slightly different from the regular onion in that it has a more subtle flavor to it. For the yellow onion, I like to quarter them and add them to the curry broth at the very end so that the onion remains nice and crunchy. So when you quarter them, make sure to cut the tip off like that, so that when you add them to the broth, it'll just easily separate. With both the ginger and the lemongrass, I like to smash them so that the flavor comes out even more. I use annatto oil, which is oil infused with annatto seeds. It gives it a nice red color. Traditionally, you will deep fry the carrots and the potatoes, but I'm actually doing it through an air fryer. And the reason for doing this is so that the potatoes and the carrots do not disintegrate. I like to brown my chicken in 2 batches. That way it's all nice and brown. In the same pot, I will add more annatto oil and cook all my aromatics and start adding the rest of the ingredients into the pot, starting with lemongrass, bay leaves, lime leaves. Lime leaves are optional, however, it does give a nice hint of citrus flavor to the curry. I use Vietnamese curry, or you can use any yellow curry powder or Madras curry powder. Add a bit of the chicken broth to help deglaze the yummy bits at the bottom. And now add the rest of your ingredients, which are the browned chicken along with all of its juices, the rest of the chicken broth, the coconut water, and coconut cream. I like to use coconut cream instead of coconut milk to give it a nice richer flavor, and your thickener, which is cornstarch mixed in with water. Add salt. I like to use kosher salt in all of my cooking. Give it a little bit of a stir. Now add your vegetables. Your carrots and potatoes should look brown like this. Then bring your broth to a boil, and then once it starts boiling, turn the heat down to low and let it simmer for 45 minutes, periodically removing the foam at the top. At the very end, add your onions and the rest of your coconut cream. Turn off the heat and start serving. There are so many different ways to serve Vietnamese curry. You can have it as a noodle soup with vermicelli noodles, or you can have it with steamed rice and drizzle a bit of curry sauce over it, or you can grab a crunchy, crispy French baguette and soak the bread in the curry sauce. In our household, we like to do both the noodle soup and the bread. Enjoy.